He started at the school. He tried to come up to the school to pick up the child. And when he wasn't allowed to pick up the child, he then came to my parents' home where we were residing.
I'd like to call Miss Smith. Ma'am, what is your full name?
Lauren Smith,
And what is your child's name?
Zane Cato.
And how old is he?
He's 9.
And you had been living with Mr. Cato um, up until last year. Is that correct?
Yes,
Um, was there an incident that occurred, an accident with Mr. Cato in 2018?
yes. He had
Um,
a motorcycle accident.
and what was the results of that as far as Mr. Cato is concerned?
He obtained a traumatic brain injury.
Right. And
Buckle up, guys. Today we're diving into a disturbing custody case where it all begins with a chilling act. A father denied access to his child at school shows up at the mother's home and is armed. This opening moment sets the tone for a tense courtroom hearing, as the mother takes the stand and begins unraveling a troubling pattern of behavior and emotional volatility that follows a severe brain injury.
in between the time that he had that injury and you moved out or stopped living together, excuse me, last year, um, what was his behavior like?
It became um more and more erratic. He wasn't medicating properly, so he just was not, his behavior was just very um erratic.
And um, in that time that y'all lived together, you were taking care of the financial aspects, especially any kind of disability awards. Is that correct?
Correct.
And in October of last year, can you explain to the court the incident that occurred at your parents' home?
Yes. He went up to
After suffering a traumatic brain injury in 2018, Mr. Ko's behavior reportedly changed dramatically. The mother details how his mental state deteriorated, he wasn't taking his medication properly, and his actions became increasingly unpredictable. While she managed the household finances and disability payments, his inability to regulate his behavior started raising red flags for everyone around him.
he started at the school. He tried to come up to the school to pick up the child. And when he wasn't allowed to pick up the child, he then came to my parents' home where we were residing. And there was an altercation, and he had a gun.
And were there any threats made?
Yes.
Um, what kind of threats did he make?
He was threatening to hurt me and my family, my parents that were there.
Was your child also present?
He was not.
Had he done anything similar before 2018?
No.
After 2018, until y'all stopped living together, had there been any incidents like this?
Not not as far as with a weapon, no. There
Um,
were like emotional abuse type things and, things like that, but not anything with a weapon.
did one of these incidents maybe spur?
The October incident was a turning point. Mr. Ko attempted to collect the child from school and, after being refused, went to the mother's residence with a firearm. According to her testimony, he threatened both her and her family. Although the child wasn't present, the threat level had escalated. The court hears this was the first time he brought a weapon into the equation, changing the tone of the case completely.
On y'all moving out last year?
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain to the
Hold on one
court?
second. Was that a yes, ma'am? The court
Yes,
report
I'm
can't
sorry.
take down uh-huh. Okay, so you have to say yes and no to her questions.
I'm sorry. Yes.
That's
Uh-huh.
okay. You may proceed, Miss Sweet.
Thank you, Your Honor. So Ms. Smith, what was the incident last year that kind of spurned you moving out?
He just would not medicate properly and became just more and more erratic, and saying things and that weren't good for the child to be around and things like that.
Do you recall any specific examples you can explain to the court what you mean by erratic?
He would um he would basically threaten to, you know, harm himself. He would overtake pills or not take his medication at all. Or like I said, he would try to.
So what finally made her leave? She tells the court it wasn't a single incident, but a series of terrifying behaviors, self-harm threats, medication misuse, and dangerous mood swings. Mr. K.O. was allegedly overdosing on pills or skipping them entirely, and she says he used these episodes to manipulate situations. All of this created an unstable, unsafe environment for a child to grow up in.
Get what he wanted, and if he didn't get what he wanted, he would threaten to, harm himself. He would, like I said, he wouldn't take the medication properly and things like that.
Do you believe that his mental faculties will get better over time if he continues on the way he has been?
No.
So are you requesting that the court make a finding that there has been family violence?
Yes.
Are you requesting that you be named sole managing conservator of your child?
Yes.
And you're requesting the exclusive right to determine your child's residence within Dallas or any surrounding county?
Yes.
And until further orders of the court, are you requesting that there be no visits?
Yes.
Do you believe that no visits between Mr. Cato and your child is in your child's best interest?
At the time, yes.
Do you still believe that?
Yes.
Since the October incident, has Mr. Cato reached out to you at all?
He has.
Okay, and what was the nature, or how was he reaching out? Through text message?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what were the nature of those text messages?
The mother officially asks the court for sole managing conservatorship and no visitation rights for Mr. K.O. She makes it clear she doesn't see a path to co-parenting given his current mental state. The judge asks if she truly believes it's in the child's best interest to have zero contact with the father, and her answer is unwavering, yes. Her request signals deep concern about long-term safety.
So there were some kind of like harassing text messages, but there were, I want to see my child type things.
Was there any way that did y'all work anything out for him to see his child since October 2024?
No, not since then, no.
Okay, and why is that?
I just didn't feel safe with the child being there with him.
And so because you were taking care of the financial aspect when y'all were separated, do you have any personal knowledge about how much he was receiving in disability per month?
It was about 12 to 1300.
And have you been receiving money as well directly from the government on behalf of his disability for your child?
Yes.
And how much is that?
About 4.
After the October incident, Mr. K.O. continued reaching out, mostly through text messages. Some were harassing, while others were emotional pleas to see his child. But despite his attempts, the mother tells the court she didn't allow any visitations. Her reason? She simply didn't feel safe. It wasn't about control, it was about protection, and her decisions reflect the seriousness of her fears.
$135.
And are you requesting that you be required to apply for or maintain government medical assistance for your child?
Yes.
Does Mr. Cato have any other children?
No.
Do you understand the state's requesting then that he pay cash medical support of $113 a month beginning August 1st?
Yes.
Do you understand any additional healthcare expenses not covered by insurance will be covered by you and Mr. Cato 50-50?
Yes.
And do you understand that because you're receiving more from the Social Security disability than you otherwise would in child support, that the child support amount Mr. Cato would be required to pay is zero?
Yes.
And do you understand that Mr. Cato will be billed for court costs?
Yes.
And you had been receiving the disability for your child since y'all separated. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you understand there's going to be no retroactive support.
Correct.
And you are requesting that a non-disclosure of your address.
The court now reviews finances. Mr. K.O. receives disability income between $1,200 and $1,300 monthly, and their child gets $435 from it. Because of this, no formal child support is required. However, the judge orders $113 in medical support and splits uncovered healthcare costs evenly. It's a procedural moment, but important in framing financial responsibilities amidst the emotional turmoil.
Address, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
But you're okay with your phone number and email address being included in the order?
That is fine.
Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Ms. Smith, you do not believe that Mr. Cato could have supervised visits with his child?
Not at this time. He does not medicate properly, or he hasn't been medicating properly.
Okay, so there is nobody that could supervise his visitation with his child.
He does not.
Even
He
though
doesn't.
he's telling you he wants to see him or her, you just think that no visits is better than some limited supervised visits.
At this time, I feel that he does not take care of himself properly.
Okay.
So in
But
order
we're
for
not
him,
asking him to be responsible for the child for a long period of time.
Mhm.
All we'd be asking is for him to get an hour or two every other weekend, supervised by an adult of your choice or by some entity that could supervise.
I don't feel comfortable at this time. I don't.
Okay. Well, I don't have enough information just to say no visits. You keep saying he's erratic. You keep saying he does.
The judge presses for clarity. He challenges the mother to move beyond general terms like erratic and explain exactly what made the child unsafe. She reveals her son was left home alone and overheard repeated threats of self-harm. The child expressed fear, and the environment became emotionally damaging. The judge's tone shifts slightly. He's no longer just hearing claims, he's absorbing consequences.
Doesn't medicate properly, but you're not telling me what he does. Has he endangered the child? Does he threaten the child? Have any of the threats been toward the child? What kind of relationship did he have with the child prior to not prior to him starting to not medicate properly?
He's left the child at in the home. Basically, the child has told me that he's left the child there, and he didn't feel safe. Then the child was in the home when he was saying things that weren't things that a child should hear. But
Hey, but you just keep telling me erratic things that the child shouldn't hear. I don't know what that is, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. He would say things like he would like say like he wanted to take his life. He would do he would take his own life if he wouldn't get his way. Um, he would do things like that on multiple occasions.
Did he ever try to take his life?
Yes, he would. He would overtake pills. He was on medication, so he would then try to take a lot of pills at one
Did he
time.
have to be hospitalized for that?
He has, as far as I know, I don't know.
Okay, so he didn't have to be hospitalized when you were living with him.
No, no, I would try to make sure that he would take the medicine and things like that.
since you wouldn't want to supervise, does he have a family member who could supervise the visitation?
As far as I know, he doesn't have contact with his family.
Okay. Then I will grant the default judgment.
Has he ever actually attempted suicide? That's the judge's next question. The mother answers yes, describing how Mr. K.O. would take too many pills and spiral emotionally. She tried to manage his behavior but says he had no contact with family and no one available to supervise visits. Despite her resistance, the court must now decide if Mr. K.O. should be granted any access to his child at all.
Order family violence, order mom be sole managing conservator. I will order visitation through Hayden's house, I believe, Miss Sweet.
Sorry, Your Honor, the only one I know is Faith and Family Place.
Family place is fine if that's what.
Sure. I don't think I'd heard of Hayden's.
Okay. Somebody
Your Honor.
used that the other day when we was
Oh.
here, so I thought that was a normal place. Family place is what you're saying?
Yes, that's the only free one that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
Okay, then family place. For 2 hours on one Saturday a month. And that'll be until further order of the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Order government health insurance, cash medical support of $113 per month. Child is receiving disability payments based on Mr. Cato's disability, so there will be no child support ordered. No retroactive child support. Court costs as billed to Mr. Cato, and the non-disclosure is granted. Miss Sweet also put in there that Mr. Cato has to notify mom 48 to 72 hours in advance if he plans on
Exercising his possession, Your Honor.
yes, exercising his visitation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Miss Smith, if he doesn't initiate any visitations through the family place, then you don't have to take your child there to visit, okay? But if he does, it should be one Saturday a month for 1 or 2 hours. Also, if you see that he's getting better, that he's taking his medicine or doing whatever, then you can allow him to visit the way you see fit, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions?
Not at this time.
Okay. Now that I've made my ruling, if you don't like it, if you think it's not fair, you just don't agree, you have 3 days to appeal, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. Now that I've given you that information, do you have any questions?
I do not.
Okay. Then thank you for appearing here today, and you're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Sweet.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The judge delivers his final ruling. The mother is awarded full custody. Visitation is limited to 2 hours a month, supervised, at a designated center. Mr. K.O. must give advance notice and prove consistency. No child support is ordered due to disability payments, and a confidentiality order protects the mother's address. The courtroom falls silent as the judge reminds her of her appeal rights. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.